Hello, everyone. How are you today? It is a beautiful Friday here in New York and New Jersey. We have a wonderful gentleman who I've met almost 10 years ago now, Kevin. It's incredible. His name is Kevin Parker. He is a true warrior. He's going to share his story with you, as you all know, or you may not because Kevin's audience is invited today. My name is Heather Antoinette Kolar. I am a serial entrepreneur. I'm a believer in the Most High. I love building up people and businesses. Yes, Kevin, there we go.
Amen.
Um, and I'm also the founder of Vision Me. We are so proud and pleased to be in our seventh year. So, Vision Me 2025 is getting ready to take place on January 26th this year from 3 to 7 p.m. And we're here today because we're not talking about resolutions. We are not talking about New Year's resolutions, right? Life happens, we get off track. We definitely say a covering prayer to everybody who is going through atrocities, especially as we all know in Southern California. And the question really is, how do we stay and maintain a vision amidst things going wrong? Because guess what, good people? Things are going to go wrong. Isn't that right, Kevin?
Yeah, I think that's the story of everybody's life. I can go
Yeah.
on and on about all the things that went wrong, but
Hmm.
on the other side of the coin of all the things that went right because of those
Exactly.
things.
Exactly, exactly. So, we're going to talk about the power of vision today and three steps to help you step into the greatest vision that you have about your life. And what I'll share this morning, I was reading Habakkuk, the book of Habakkuk. It's a really short book at the end of the Old Testament that is written by the prophet Habakkuk. And everyone pretty much knows Habakkuk 2:2, which says, write the vision down, make it plain so whoever reads it can go and run with it, which is so critically important, right? I feel like, especially as leaders, people are looking to us for guidance. We have teams, we work with people, we develop people. We have to, the clearer we are, the clearer they can be, right? But what people often don't mention about the book of Habakkuk is that it's happening in horrific times, right? It's really catastrophic what's going on during the times. And it's saying, listen, you have to maintain a very crystal clear vision and be able to communicate the greatness of it to others amidst things going awry. So, Kevin, you come from a very dark place to be a shining light in so many people's lives. Can you please tell everyone your backstory, who you are, and how you got to where you are today?
Well, thank you so much for that lovely introduction. I can go on and on about how amazing Heather is, but one thing I want to say about vision is, that crazy cat from Alice in Wonderland always said, "If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you
It's
there."
true.
So you're always moving in the right direction, but if you don't have a vision, you don't know where you're going. And for years and years of my life, I had no idea where I was going. Always
Mhm.
had talent, always was moving, always shaking. But I really went through a dark path because I didn't have a vision from the Most High, didn't have any belief, didn't have a target to hit. So I was sporadically going through life. I went through a severe addiction which almost took my life. I ended up in a coma. Died 3 times in the coma. It got so bad. Priest
Died
came.
3 times in the coma.
Yeah, 3 times flatline like that. So bad. A priest came in, read me my last rites. All my friends are saying their goodbyes. Nothing short of a miracle. I just woke up, and when I woke up to multi-organ failure. My liver, kidneys, lungs, heart, brain,
Wow.
everything shut down. They said if I survived through the night, I would
Uh-huh.
be a complete vegetable, completely brain dead, and I would lose all 4 of my limbs.
Oh,
Now,
wow.
God willing, God had an intervention in my life, and I prayed to Him for the first time. And I said, if you get me out of this, I promise I'm going to make a difference. I promise I'm going to change. Just give me a second chance. And He did. But from that, I actually ended up losing my leg. I am now
Wow.
an amputee. So I
Mhm.
have this trophy and award to remind me of all the silly decisions I've made in my life.
I love that. I love that, Kevin.
But it's been a great thing because I get to put it on every morning and remind me of the
Mhm.
gratitude that I have of the second chance in life and the promise I made to God that I do have a vision for my life. I do have a testimony. I do have a purpose. And I'm laser focused on fulfilling that promise and that prayer every single day.
Oh, that's so beautiful. And we have so much more to share, but I want to just give evidence, right? Let the people see this image of you. So this is an image of Kevin. He showed you his amputated, his what would you call it? Your prosthetic, right? But
My process, yeah.
this is you when you're in the recovery mode. And a picture and an image of a prosthetic goes a long way. So you clearly crystallize your vision of who you're going to be moving forward, and who you are today is just so amazing. I mean, I met you almost 10 years ago and you were incredible then. You've done so much in the past decade. Can you please share with people, you're a best-selling author. Tell people who Kevin Parker is today and the role that vision played for you.
Well, I really had a vision when I really started connecting spiritually with my God, and He showed me that through every single challenge and every adversity, there's growth that
Yes.
happens, and I've learned that all the through have qualified me to be called to help other people through other struggles. So I've written a best-selling book called
Against all
Odds because
odds.
there was literally nothing. Everything that I go through makes me wiser, faster. And one thing that people don't really understand is people look at their past and they're like, oh my God, I'm a drug addict. Oh, I'm a loser. I'm broke or whatever. Has to find them.
Mhm.
But what it really is, if you look at it and you learn the gold nuggets from it, you don't let your past define you. You let it
Refine,
refine
not
you.
define, but
You learn.
refine. Absolutely.
Yes. It makes you smarter. It gives you wisdoms that you learn the things not to do, or you learn the better paths, the faster ways to get through things. Listen, I fail. I'm the biggest failure you ever meet. But I fail fast. I fail often, but I keep failing
Keep
forward.
failing
I
forward.
never
Yeah.
make the same mistake twice. I never make the same mistake twice. And one of the things that Vision Me did amazing for me was really being understand. You have to be very honest with yourself of where you are. And I've been a coach for almost 10 years now. And one of the most important things, even when you do GPS, you have to figure out exactly where you
Yes.
are and exactly where you want to go, which is your vision, so you can create a blueprint or a map to get from truly where you are to where you want to go. And it's so important to be authentic and vulnerable and really be honest with yourself and other people where you are, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, where you need help, what things you want to work on, what your goals are, and where you want to go and get laser focused on that. And through whether you want to call it manifestation or your subconscious reticulating
Mhm.
activating system, subconscious antenna, you want to be able to aware of all the opportunities to make that vision a reality. And that's what Heather and what Vision Me is so powerful at doing, is really, really helping you acquire and identify the things you need to get to where you want to go.
Yeah. No, that's so key, Kevin. And being someone who survived addiction and completely changed your life around using faith, using the power of vision, you now help others who are struggling through addiction, right? And you help them get to the other side of it. And you always say, if I can help someone who's lost their entire life step back into their greatest vision of themselves, then people, good people, you can definitely benefit from all of the wisdom and experience and the passion and the love that Kevin brings to the table. And so, you talked about quite a few things. And so I wanted to share with folks the three steps, right? There's three steps that we share with people to access their greatest vision, to actually make it a reality. And the first step is that you have to have the audacity, right? You have to have the audacity to believe that the visions that you have year after year, day after day, month after month, are meant for you. And I believe that when we talk about addiction and people not really living their best life and doing things to harm them, a lot of the time it's because they can't maintain that vision and match their life up to it. So it gets frustrating. The pressure seeks in, depression seeks in. And so we not only help you to have the audacity, right? So, how many of us have met a person that has so much audacity and they just suck? Right? You're like, this person has so much audacity. They're not doing anything to help anyone. They get on my nerves. No, we want you to have the audacity to believe in yourself, but be in the right posture, right? Be in the best posture. And the vulnerability that Kevin spoke about, we create a space so that you can be vulnerable. We have no jerks who show up to our events. Everyone is of the same vein. We're here to grow together, we're here to empower each other. So we help you step into this audacious state where you just believe, you stand on your faith, you know that your visions that you have that are around you day in and day out, they are yours. You then have to step into tenacity. So you have to become tenacious, because faith alone, faith without works, is not good for anything. It's not going to produce anything. So you have to have the belief, you have to be audacious, but then you also have to be tenacious. You have to do the work. You have to give it absolutely everything that you've got. And so the steps that we take people through, not only in breaking through barriers and overcoming roadblocks, but also putting together strategic plans that actually work, proven using proven tools and strategies, helps people to actually do everything that they can, to put in the work, to lay the groundwork. And after you've done all of that, then that's when we step into the gracious state. When we've done it all, we hold the vision, people come along, grace comes along, and we actually move forward into our greatest life. Right? So there's so many things. I want everybody to just think of one thing that they never ever thought would happen. And it did. And it did. And a lot of the times it doesn't take as much work as we think it takes, but we do have to have the desire and the belief and the clarity of vision. One of my first businesses, Kevin, I don't even know if you know this, was a greeting card company. And so we set out, it was called Blue Night Greetings. We set out to create America's hippest little urban greeting card company. And we did. We ended up selling over 1 million cards. We had private contracts with the NBA, National Basketball Association. But before we did all of that, we were climbing up, and my partner and I was like, I want to be in Black Enterprise magazine, because it was a greeting card company for Black and Brown people. I said, I want to be in Black Enterprise magazine. So we actually met someone from Black Enterprise magazine at a conference, and we said, well, what do we have to do? And they gave us all these things that we needed to achieve as goals, to be in the magazine. So we're like, okay, we have our game plan, right? So we're setting off our game. I kid you not. Like 2 weeks later, I came home to an answering machine message from an editor from Black Enterprise who saw our cards in a store and wanted to write an article on us. So, I didn't have to do all those things. I didn't have to do any of them. I was just doing what I needed to do. I was doing all that I could possibly do. And that's just one really beautiful story. So, Kevin, can you think of any that you have for yourself?
Well, I was just looking. I mean, when
Yeah.
you were talking about the audacity, tenacious, and the three steps and gracious, I literally just went through that just now, right now. I just bought my dream house with my
Uh-huh.
wife. All right. I'm in my office right now. I'm building my office right before this meeting. All right. My computer's not setting up on the Bluetooth. I can't get it on the Wi-Fi. My laptop, the microphone, the
Yeah.
camera's not
Yeah.
working. I'm like
Roadblocks,
trying to
not gonna
figure
stop
out
you.
how I can get. I'm just tenacious. I'm not
Yeah.
stopping. I just rigged together something on my phone so I can get to
Yeah.
this meeting. And then the graciousness of how the magnetism and the connection that me and Heather have on this call, and how excited I am about this. Like, I was not going to give up until I got on to deliver this message and talk to
Yeah.
everybody. And it really just takes pulling over those little teeny humps and not giving up and having the audacity of knowing your vision is and never giving up
Yeah.
on it. I mean, I'll even tell you one that was big. Like, the doctor told me that I was never going to be able to ever move my hand
Wow.
again. when I was in the hospital. I was supposed to lose all four of my limbs. I stared at my hand for 9 months straight, talking to it. Like, come on, we've been doing this our whole lives. Just move. And for 9 months, I couldn't even wiggle a finger. And then one day, talking to it, my finger wiggled.
Wow.
And that's all I needed to know. And then I got my other fingers to wiggle, then I got my wrist to move. And now I have about 90% movement of my hand. And if I would have accepted a
Yes.
doctor, a professional telling me I'm never going to be able to move my hand again, I would be using a brace for the rest of
Yeah.
my life. But now I go to the gym, I box, I climb mountains, I jump out of planes. I do literally everything. I just got to put my leg on in the
Yep.
morning.
There he
So don't ever
goes.
let
Look at that
anybody
one.
tell.
Look at that one. Look at
Yeah.
that one. Right? Speaking on
Yeah.
stages all across the country and helping people out. So, I mean, there's just so much, right? And so we're not talking about resolutions because resolutions they die because there are specific things that you need to do day in and day out. There has to be a level of audaciousness, a level of tenaciousness, and you have to understand what graciousness is. So we invite all of you, right? We're here today because we have the most magnificent event, our 7th year, very special event happening on January 26th from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. You can see the QR code. We have a special discount that is not going to stay around forever. Life 75, one word, it's going to get you 75% off. Listen, these events always sell out. Kevin, when you came, was it sold out?
It was sold out. They were being
Yeah,
standing
shoulder to
space.
shoulder.
I remember
Our promise is
the
to always over deliver. But if you are someone who just knows your greatest self is bottled up in you, you know that when you're around people, listen, we are not meant to be alone. We're just not meant to be alone. We are built to live in community and to serve one another. So if you are someone that is looking for a community of people who are already successful, we have several other events, videos, excuse me, that we have people sharing their own testimonials. Most of our audience, most of our members are CEOs and business leaders who have achieved a pretty significant level of success, but they need to keep on going. And the success is not tied just to the business, right? Like Kevin said, he just got married to his dream wife. He's living in his dream home. He is a servant of his community. There's so many different things we need to incorporate into our lives to live our greatest vision and to be our greatest self. So we invite you, scan the QR code, check out all of the testimonials that are there. We have a lot of them. They're not even all there, but we do have some significant ones. Reach out to Kevin, reach out to myself, get your tickets while you still can. The discount is going away on January 13th at 11:59. Send us a direct message and get in the room. Get in the room, good people. Any closing words, Kevin?
Listen, I just wanted to say I'm really, really excited. I'm always super honored and excited to work with you,
Always.
Heather.
Yeah.
And Vision Me's changed my life years ago, and I'm just so grateful to be a part of it. And people, you don't realize what success is. It's not all about money. It's
Yeah.
not all. It's a collaboration. It's a balance of so many
Mhm.
different things. It's about integrity. It's about
Mhm.
relationships. It's about honor. It's about discipline. It's about
Mhm.
health. It's about spirituality. It's about money. It's about making an
Mhm.
impact in this world and figuring out what needs out of the six human needs are most important to you and designing a life that really fulfills those things. And it may be different for you than it is for me, but we can find those things out together and really, really put together that dream life that you truly
Yep,
want to
and
live.
watch it come to life. And watch it come to life.
Yes.
That's the best part. All right, good people, get in the room, keep your head up, pray for someone who, really needs it. Give them a call. Be present for people who are, maybe dealing with some serious challenges right now because we know there's so many people who are. So get in the room. We'll see you at Vision Me 2025 because we are thriving and staying alive. Talk to you soon.
See
Have a
you here.
wonderful.
See you
All
soon.
right. Bye-bye.